collaborate and listen.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I currently have a protective hairstyle in. So today I'm just going to be talking you guys through my staple products list, aka my starter kit. And then I will do a series of shorter videos of me actually using them. If it's a DIY, I'll do a video of me making it. I will also be talking about what I learned during my 2 years of transitioning that I wish I knew when I first went natural. So basically just tips on how to make your transitioning smooth with minimal protective styling. If you are newly natural, transitioning or struggling to retain length, this video is for you. Okay, so I'm going to start with Prepoos. For my Prepoo, I like to use a cheap but good conditioner. So my number one favourite is L'Oreal Dream Lengths because it's really good for detangling. So honestly, it's like the first thing I put on my hair when I have it. But if you can't find that one, then my second recommendation is Sunny Isle Jamaican Black Castor Oil Extreme Hydration Detangling Conditioner. It's a mouthful. Please note that I am recommending everything in order of preference because they're not the same thing. The second thing I love to use for my Prepoo is rice water. Number one would be black rice water. Number two would be brown rice. Number three would be any other rice. I love black rice water because it's the healthiest, so it has the most nutritional properties. The other reason is because it doesn't smell as bad even when it's like extremely fermented. And the third reason that I love it is because it gives my hair like a purplish tint, which I don't know, it's a good or bad thing. Brown rice is obviously healthier than other rices, but not as healthy as black rice. So, you know, and it also smells kind of bad. But it smells quite bad, to be honest, it smells quite bad. But it's quite healthy, so you can use that as well. Or you can just stick to normal rice. Rice water for Prepoo is... The third thing that I like to use for Prepoo is neem oil. Now, I make my own, so I'm just gonna have to do a video on that. Obviously, you can buy neem oil from other places, but I don't have a specific place to recommend just yet because I make my own. The fourth thing I like to use is ginger and coffee butter, but again, I make my own, so I'm just gonna have to do a video on that. Another option in terms of Prepoo oils is cold pressed palm kernel oil. The reason it has to be cold pressed is because a lot of people are familiar with black palm kernel oil, but that's a hot pressed one. So I wouldn't recommend that one because the heat processing kind of just kills a lot of the nutrients. So if you get the cold pressed one, you're gonna have more nutrients and it's just gonna be so much more beneficial for your hair. It also doesn't smell as bad as the hot pressed one, which kind of just has like a burnt smell to it. And it also has like bits as well. So yeah. Cold pressed palm kernel oil is better. I love it because it's super light, it's non-greasy, but it penetrates the hair shaft and it's super moisturizing. It literally feels like water, like rubbery, silky water on my skin and on my hair. So I love palm kernel oil. The last Prepoo oil I can recommend is Amla oil. I wouldn't say it's moisturizing, but it gives my hair a lot of slip for detangling, so that's why I'd recommend it as a Prepoo oil. However, please don't apply it on your scalp because it has a lot of other chemicals in it, and it also has liquid paraffin, which is really hard to wash off even with shampoo. So definitely do not apply it to your scalp because it's not natural, basically. I feel like the liquid paraffin is one of the things that like makes it really silky and soft on your hair and gives you a lot of slip. I'd recommend it for a start, but it's literally my last resort when I have nothing else, like when I can't be bothered to make an oil. So I wouldn't use it forever. It's just a good start, to be honest. It's good, but it's not natural, so that's why. The next thing that I'm gonna do is shampoos and cleansers. My number one shampoo is L'Oreal Dream Lengths shampoo, of course. Why? Because it's super moisturizing and detangling as well, and it smells decent. It's like 3.2, I think, like 3.2, 3.9, share less than 4K. So I like it. That's what even made me try it in the first place. Like, I like the price. My second favorite shampoo is Sensitive by Nature sulphate-free moisture balancing shampoo. I just discovered it randomly. I don't even know where to find it again, but I won't lie, it was really good. I know this because it doesn't tangle up my hair, it doesn't strip or dry my hair, and it actually does balance out the moisture, so it's good. And also it's not too expensive, so that's another reason why I like it. Because listen, I don't know if I have to recap, but whenever I'm talking about products, the 3 things, or 4, I don't know yet, 3 things I look out 3 things I look out for. Number 1, price. I will not buy any shampoo that's really above 3,000 naira. I feel like that's a good price for shampoo, to be honest. Conditioners, I can go up to like 4, anywhere from 4 to 8,000, but 8,000 should be a deep conditioner. A normal conditioner shouldn't be more than 6, to be honest. Like, I wouldn't pay more than 6 for a normal conditioner. So price. Second thing is availability. Like, where is it? Can I find it? Can I find it in Nigeria? Can I find it in Abuja? Is it always in the shop? You know, availability. And the third thing is obviously effectiveness. Like, does it actually work? Does it do what it says on the pack? Was I surprised? Was I impressed? Did I like it? And I mean, I don't really need to add this one, but smell, it's not on my list, but I like products that smell well as well. Like, if it has a nice smell, that's a bonus. And yeah, that's a bonus basically. So yeah, price, availability, effectiveness. That's it. The second shampoo I would recommend, it's not really number 2. I feel like it's a number 1 in its own right, but it comes with special conditions. I don't use it anymore because I don't feel like I need it anymore. But like, when I did first use it, it was absolutely amazing. I used to use it when I first went natural. Neutrogena T-Gel Therapeutic Shampoo. It's great for dry scalp conditions, and I used to use it when I first went natural because I had like really bad dry scalp, dandruff, psoriasis, whatever you want to call it, but like, it was really bad. And this shampoo just really helped to just clear everything up. Like, my scalp stopped flaking, it wasn't dry anymore, and I didn't have any scabs or anything. Also, it's great because it foams a lot, so it actually does detangle your hair as well, but I wouldn't recommend washing your hair out. That's a bad idea. So you shouldn't even know that it's detangling because your hair should be twisted or came around, to be honest. But yeah, if you have a dry scalp condition, I would recommend it. If you want to know where to buy any of these products, please just drop me a comment, because it's going to make this video so much longer if I actually have to go through all the different shops. But the information is definitely available and I'm ready to share. The last thing I would recommend on my shampoos list is literally any other L'Oreal shampoo, because I just think it's like a decent brand in terms of price and like what it does to your hair. I don't find their shampoos to be very stripping or drying. That being said, I don't use Aphogee shampoo because I just find it to be really harsh. Also, I don't use shampoos with black soap because I find that black soap, my hair doesn't like black soap. I feel like black soap just kind of strips my hair, but it doesn't really cleanse it. So I don't use shampoos with, I don't use black soap on my hair, full stop. The next thing I'm going to move on to is cleansers. I don't co-wash my hair. I always shampoo it if I'm doing like a proper wash day. I use cleansers when I feel like my scalp, I want to like detox my scalp. Sometimes I use cleansers after I've shampooed my hair, but I feel like I just want it to be like super clean because I'm planning to do like a protective style, or my hair was just really dirty, or I feel like my curls, I want my curls to pop, and my curls pop best when my hair is squeaky clean. The first cleanser, my all-time favorite, is African Healing Clay. I love it because it's similar to Bentonite clay, but I feel like it cleanses my hair and scalp more. It also leaves my curls more popping and my hair more moisturized. It's African. The clay is actually sourced in Nigeria, so to me that trumps everything. And it's good and it's cheap. Not cheap, but it's more cost efficient than Bentonite clay. The second cleanser I'm going to recommend is apple cider vinegar. Now, I use this as a rinse. I put conditioner in my hair and then obviously rinse that out, and then go in with apple cider vinegar and water mixed together and then rinse that out. And I don't co-wash, like I said. I'll only co-wash if I'm washing my hair twice in less than a week. So basically, if I want to change my hairstyle and I feel like I need to wash out all the product, rather than shampooing my hair again, I co-wash it and then do an apple cider vinegar rinse. ACV is great for your hair because it restores the pH balance of your hair and your scalp. So I love it because I actually see it working. It also makes my curls pop, and it's great for hair growth as well. I'm gonna move on to conditioners. My number 1 all-time favorite conditioner, and also my deep conditioner, is Aphogee's Curlific texture treatment. I love it because no matter what state my hair is in, this usually helps it bounce back. Whether it's over moisturized, dry, this usually does the trick, and it also makes my curls pop, which is always a bonus. I'll put it at a minimum of probably like 3.5 to like 4.5. So it's still a decent price. It's so worth it, and it's also like really thick. So depending on how careless I am, it can last me about 3-4 wash days. And I use a lot of products. So I remember when I first went natural, I used to use like a bottle of conditioner twice. And I didn't even have hair. My second favorite conditioner is Aphogee's Keratin 2-Minute Reconstructor. This was the first Aphogee product that I discovered, and I discovered it at a time when my hair was high growth fatigued. So it did the trick. If you come to me as a friend and you say, Nels, I'm experiencing a lot of shedding, what can I do? I would most likely recommend this conditioner because it's great for just reconstructing, you know, rejuvenating, rebalancing your hair. It's an all-in-one. It's actually a really good all-in-one. It's about 4 to 5,000, maybe 6, depending on where you go, but it's worth the price. So you have an idea of the price, because yeah, that's very important. That's my first consideration. I have spent way too much on hair products to really realize that honestly, like, it doesn't really need to be that expensive. I'm so sorry for everyone who uses what's that thing called? Sheer moisture. Okay. So Sheer moisture is too expensive and Cantu is too cheap. Cantu is not even good. I'm sorry, it's really not. But I would do a separate video on products I don't use and why. My third favorite conditioner is L'Oreal Dream Lengths, because honestly, I feel like that conditioner helped me retain so much length, when I was transitioning. It is actually just so amazing. It's really moisturizing and it helps detangle your hair. The next conditioner on my list is Sunny Isle. I'm just gonna put the brand because I've tried about 3 of their conditioners and all 3 of them are pretty good. Well, they're not all on the same level, but anyone you can get will be a good representation of the brand as a whole, to be honest, as far as I'm concerned. It's decent. The ones that I've tried and I like are Sunny Isle Jamaican Black Castor Oil Extreme Hydration Conditioner, Sunny Isle JVCO Intensive Repair Mask, Sunny Isle CBD Moisturizing Conditioner. The one in the pot I think is usually deep conditioner, the one in the bottle is just normal conditioner, but they're both good, to be honest. I use conditioners for pre-pooing and I use deep conditioners for conditioning because I deep condition my hair every wash day. I mean, there are other brands. There's like NELLAiceicebaby, there's what's the other one, As I Am, there's some other ones, but to be honest, I haven't really tried them only because the price the price really wasn't speaking to me. Next, we're gonna do leave-ins. Guys, I know I've been excited about other things like in this video, but guys, my number 1 leave-in is Aphogee Sheer Pro leave-in. Guys, I can't even put into words how effective it is. Like, it's so good. It's so amazing. It just moisturizes and detangles my hair so well. It's the only leave-in conditioner that my hair is able to retain moisture with. Like, when I try other leave-in conditioners, I have to apply more leave-in conditioner, then hair lotion, then hair oil. But with this one, once I apply it, I'm like, yes, yeah. I've put this is a leave-in conditioner. Like, I can just leave it and my hair's conditioned. Like, I love it so much. So much. The first time I ever bought it, I bought it for like $4. Like, amazing, right? $4. I'm so angry with myself because I didn't buy more. I bought it when I traveled to New York, and because I saw it for $4, I was like, okay, it's a cheap one. Like, it's there. Like, it's common. I thought it was common. I didn't know. So I just bought that one and I used it for the time I was in New York, and then I brought it back with me and I continued using it, and I realized that actually it's the best thing I've ever tried in my life for my hair. I've only ever seen it in America. Like, it's not even available in the UK. I told my friend in the UK to get it, and the only place she could find it was Amazon. She had to pay £16 to have it delivered from America, but when she tried it, she wasn't even angry with me. Like, she understood. So it's definitely A1. But it will change your life to the point where you wouldn't even know what to do after it finishes. So I recommend it. I don't care. I feel like if we all start using it, then surely it has to become available in the country, right? You know, because I'm not going back. I'm mising my own currently because when it finishes, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I definitely recommend trying it. If you are able to get your hands on it, do, because I do not have anything else which compares, really and truly. Everything else I'm gonna recommend is just because I have to give you guys other options. I will move on to the other options. The second thing I would recommend is Aphogee Curlific leave-in. Now it's so good when you first put it onto your hair does feel really soft and moisturized, but the reason why I don't like it, and it's not my first recommendation, is because I find that I have to add other hair products to it. So I have to use that and then still use a hair cream and then still seal it in with a butter, whereas I don't actually have to do all of that for the other leave-in, but I still do anyway, just because, you know, look. Sunny Isle Jamaican black castor oil CBD leave-in detangler, but it's a leave-in detangler, not a leave-in conditioner. Now the difference is it just helps you to detangle your hair. It doesn't help you retain as much moisture, like you still have to add other things to it. I love it because honestly the detangling is great and it smells amazing. Now, the Sunny Isle Jamaican Black Castor Oil Leave-In Conditioner helps your hair to retain a little bit more moisture than the detangler. It's the leave-in conditioner I'm currently using, but it's honestly, it's not my favorite. I feel like I can still do better. Hear me out. Yeah, this is literally just if you don't have any other option. If you don't have any other option, then Cantu argan oil. The argan oil one, not the shea butter one. I would never recommend the shea butter one because I just don't feel like it does anything, to be honest. It doesn't do anything for me. Like, my hair doesn't accept it. Like, it just doesn't. It just stays on top of my hair and my hair is just white. When I was transitioning, I used to use it and it's not the best, only because I feel like it doesn't last. I hope that hasn't been showing. I put it on my hair and a couple of hours later my hair's dry again. So I don't like it, but it has to be part of the starter kit because I feel like we all started from Cantu. Like, everyone started from Cantu because it's a decent price and you think it's gonna be good. The argan oil leave-in is not the worst, but remember it's like number 4 on my list. Lastly, I would say aloe vera. I love aloe vera as a leave-in conditioner. I put it on my scalp because it's one of the things that has really helped my hair growth. It's amazing. Only cons I have are, number 1, when I first apply it, I do get like a little bit of a tingly, itching sensation, but I just feel like that's, you know, it's working to kind of like cleanse my scalp and grow my hair. I just tell myself that obviously my hair is growing and my scalp is being cleaned. That's what I do to cope. The second thing I don't like about it is that it leaves flakes. So I only use it when I'm wearing a wig or when I don't really care about the flakes. The other thing I would say about it is it doesn't last. Like, I use it as a first coat. I wouldn't just use it as a leave-in and then just leave my hair like that. I feel like in that situation it would kind of dry out your hair, only because it is a gel. So it does create like a cast when it dries, which obviously then turns to like a dusty powder. So I wouldn't let it dry on my hair alone. I would apply aloe vera and then I'd apply another leave-in conditioner and then most likely an oil. I wouldn't just use aloe vera alone because it would dry your hair out in that situation, which sounds really bad, but I promise it's really actually good for your hair. We move on to hair cream. You guys will be shocked to know that the only hair cream I have to recommend is Cantu curling cream. Yes, Cantu. I know it actually does curl up my hair. I use it on my ends when I'm planning to like have a ponytail or a fro. I also use it if I'm doing a protective style, so I use it after leave-in conditioner but before oil, basically. So I like it because it's quite cheap and it is somewhat moisturizing. I also like it because it goes well with other products. It doesn't leave my hair that white and flaky. Now there are 2 different ones. There's the adult one and then there's the one for kids. The first time I tried it, I tried the adult one and it really wasn't bad. The second time I bought the kids one and I decided that that one was better. So it's up to you. You can either try the adult or the kids one, but my recommendation would be the kids one. Cantu curling cream. I'll put up a picture so you don't so you don't get the wrong thing, because it looks like something else that they have. Hair butters. When it comes to hair butter, I actually make my own. If I'm doing a ponytail or if I'm leaving my hair out, then I would use hair butter on my ends. If I'm doing a protective style, then I use it on my scalp and on my ends. I use hair butter for the O in my LCO or LLCCO. Water, leave-in conditioner, then I use a hair cream. I might use 2, or I might use 2 leave-in conditioners, because I just like to really make sure my hair is moisturized before I go ahead and apply the coffee butter to just lock and seal everything in. It's so simple but so effective and cost efficient as well. It lasts me a long time because it's super moisturizing, so I don't actually need to use that much of it. I will do the video, I promise. I think I've already recorded it, I just need to edit it and post it for you guys. The next thing I'm gonna do is treatments. My number one hair treatment would have to be African Healing Clay, because like I already said, it's super moisturizing, it cleanses my hair and it leaves my curls popping, and my scalp just feels so fresh and clean. I mean, what else could you want? After African Healing Clay, my second favorite clay would have to be Rasoul clay from Morocco. It's really, really moisturizing as well, but I don't feel like it cleanses my hair as much as African Healing Clay. After Rasoul clay, I'd have to put Bentonite clay, only because that was like, I feel like Bentonite clay is like entry level. It's like the first clay I ever tried, and yeah, it's good, but it doesn't have the moisturizing properties of Rasoul clay or African Healing Clay, so that's why I put it at number 3. So that's clays. Those are my 3 clays that I like. After clays, the next thing I love is Dead Sea mud. It has a lot of nutrients and other properties in it that help to heal your scalp and promote hair growth. So I love it because I actually do feel like my hair has been rejuvenated when I use it. However, it's mud. So it's kind of like shebe in the sense that sometimes it can leave like a little bit of a sandy deposit. So that's why it's actually not number 1, because I hate things that leave particles in my hair. I love it because it's super moisturizing, it makes my hair feel great, it makes my curls pop, it promotes hair growth, but it leaves particles. Aphogee's 2-step protein treatment. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. It's meant for professional use, so it's something that you have to be very careful with, because you can actually mess up your hair. I suggest you read the instructions very, very carefully, and you make sure you have both step 1 and step 2. The reason I say this is because I've gone to some hair shops and they literally just either have step 1 or step 2, and literally the worst thing you could do to your hair is overload it with protein and not moisturize. That's why it's a 2-step treatment, please. Anytime I want to do a protective style and it's someone else doing my hair, I will definitely do a protein treatment just to make my hair just that much stronger before I let anyone else touch it, basically. Another time when I do protein treatments is when I feel like I'm experiencing a little too much shedding, then I'll do a protein treatment just to make sure that my hair has the right balance of protein and moisture. I also do protein treatments when I want to leave my hair out in an afro puff. And first of all, I want my curls to pop, and I also don't want my hair to shed too much or break or tangle up too much. It's great for adding a bit of weight to your hair, so it doesn't necessarily loosen up your curls, but it basically coats your strand with keratin, so it makes it a little bit thicker, so obviously it's not as tightly curled basically. But it's a temporary thing. I think it lasts for about 6 weeks. I think it's kind of similar to Olaplex, but I've never tried Olaplex, only because have you seen the price? Based on that, I think it's probably quite good, but honestly, Aphogee protein treatment is working for me. I actually wanted to buy Olaplex when I was in New York, but like the kit, it just looked too heavy to carry, and in Nigeria, I've only ever seen it in one shop, and I think it was like 80k, and I was like, yeah. And it was like this small bottle, like it wasn't even the full kit, so I was just like, hell no way, I'm I'm gonna buy that. But I have seen some people on Instagram in Lagos selling it. So yeah, it's something that I definitely do want to try one day. But for now, I feel like Aphogee 2-step protein treatment is a cheaper alternative. So I definitely give that a try first. And if it works, you know, why not stick to it? The next thing on my treatments list is henna. It loosens, no, not loosen, it weighs down your hair, so it makes your curls appear a little bit looser, number one. Number two, it also is like a natural conditioner. It makes my hair a little bit stringy, so I never just apply henna. I'd always do a henna treatment and then deep condition afterwards. It's great for hair growth and it's great for texture taming, and also it's great for colouring. There's black henna and there's red henna, but if you wanted your hair to have like a little orange reddish tint, henna's great for that. And what I do is I mix it with ingredients that have the colour of what I want my hair to be. So obviously, because I wanted my hair to remain dark, I just always used to put either coffee or tea in my henna because I didn't want it to like lighten the colour of my hair too much. I don't really use henna on my hair as much. I actually used to use it mainly when I was transitioning because I found that it actually helped to blend my natural hair and my texturized hair. Like it actually helped to blend it because like I said, it kind of weighs down the hair a little bit. So it just made the different textures on my hair appear a little bit more uniform. The next thing I'd recommend as a treatment is rice water. I probably will not do a video of me using rice water only because I'm probably not the best person. I don't really follow the rules when it comes to rice water. I just apply it on my hair and scalp, and I kind of just put on a steam cap and deep condition. So basically I use it as the liquid before I apply my deep conditioner. So I know most people use it as a rinse, but I'm lazy. For me to go back in and rinse my hair with rice water, that's so long. Rice water is great for hair growth, but you kind of just have to know what you're doing. You kind of have to use it properly. So anytime my hair feels a bit rigid and feels dry, I know that it's the rice water, so I know what to do to re-moisturize it. But I don't follow my example, honestly. Just use it as a rinse after your conditioner and you should be fine. I feel like you should see some hair growth. The last thing on my treatments list is shebe. I have a love-hate relationship with shebe. I mainly used it during my transitioning process because there were just times where I was just like, okay, I refuse to trim my hair for the next 3 months. So I put it in a protective style and I coat my ends with shebe and like re-moisturize probably like once a week. And I actually saw that my hair was able to retain so much more length, which is great, right? I know. I'd say probably like at least 30% more length than you ordinarily would. But now these are the cons when it comes to shebe, and these are the reasons why I don't know, like I'm not sure if I like it. Number one, the particles. Like anytime I have it in my hair, the particles just fall onto my neck and they irritate my skin. It's the fact that there's particles in your hair which makes you have to either wear a scarf or a wig or something so that people don't see your hair and think that it's dirty. That's actually the main reason why I don't like shebe. It feels like washing beach sand out of your hair. I just do it from time to time, to be honest, because like I said, I'm still not sure whether or not I like it. It's a stressful thing to use. Does it work? Yes. Does it help your hair grow? No. Does it help your hair retain length? Yes. Is it stressful? Yes. Would I recommend it? Yes. Try it and make up your own mind, to be honest. Next thing I'm going to move on to is tools. Hair tools. So the first thing...
Pause. I can't believe I almost forgot this. Please, if you take nothing else away from this video, take this. Shears. If you plan to trim your hair yourself, you're going to need some professional hair cutting shears. Otherwise, you risk tearing your hair and leaving yourself with more split ends and damage.
I'd recommend is a steam cap. They're very common, so I'm so sure you can get it from Jumia or like even the market or whatever, but I got mine off Amazon and it was like $2.99. I'd recommend it because obviously deep conditioning is something that is so good for your hair. It helps improve the porosity of your hair. It also helps your hair to retain more moisture. It also helps to moisturize your hair, like to allow the product to be absorbed into your hair. It also helps with length retention. Deep conditioning, like at the hairdresser, is kind of stressful, and it means that you also have to go to the hairdresser in order to, you know, use their steamer or whatever. And honestly, once I bought that steam cap and I started deep conditioning more regularly, it was actually a game changer for me. Like, it's one of the things that actually I feel like has helped my hair to retain a lot of length. My hair is usually a lot more moisturized and easier to detangle, so it just comes in really handy, to be honest. I would definitely recommend it. The next thing you're gonna need is a spray bottle. The Flairosol one, yeah, it's great. I'm someone that breaks spray bottles, and yeah, I had the Flairosol one. Don't get me wrong, it's my longest lasting spray bottle, but I literally broke it like a week ago. So that's why I wouldn't even be like, oh, it's the last spray bottle you would ever buy. No. Buy a spray bottle for 7,000 naira. That's a 7,000 naira, £14, $20 spray bottle. So from now on, I'm gonna be sticking to the cheap ones. I'm not gonna buy another Flairosol until I've bought like 15 cheap spray bottles. I'm like, okay, it's time to buy another Flairosol. You need a spray bottle, some sort of spray bottle. The next thing I'd recommend is the Denman D3 Classic Styling Brush. It's not the big one, it's actually the small Denman brush. It's about this size. Personally, I think that's the best size. I wouldn't recommend buying the bigger one, because then you're gonna be over ambitious with the sizes of like sections that you choose to brush. Whereas if you have the smaller one, then you have no choice but to brush smaller sections. So yeah, and the smaller the section, the better, obviously, for detangling and just less hair loss. The second brush I'd recommend is the Denman Tangle Tamer. It's great for detangling, and it's also great for slicking my hair, and it's also great because it helps work products into your hair. And it also, yeah, it's just great for slicking, man. I love it. So those are my two favorite hair brushes. The Felicia Leatherwood, that's great as well, but I don't know. Just based on like dexterity, I just prefer the Denman. Oh, there's a brush that I want to try. It's called the coil brush. It's like a finger silicone brush. Like, I really want to try it, but it's available in America. Like, I think it's an American company. So I've been meaning to order it for the longest time. I will. I think they're available on Instagram. I feel like I'm very hopeful. I feel like it's gonna be a good one. So yeah, I'll let you guys know. So yeah, those are all the things you will need to acquire. I feel like if you have all of these things and you are newly natural, transitioning, or struggling to retain length, it's a good start to address whatever issues your hair may be having. I hope I have adequately explained, you know, why, the need for each product and whatnot, but like, it's not too expensive, and I feel like I've given you a nice range of everything you need for a routine. So that's why I call this my starter kit. Next, I'm going to talk about the things I wish I knew when I first went natural. Trimming your hair is not necessary unless it's necessary. So unless your ends are dead beyond revival, it's not necessary to trim your hair. So don't trim your hair regularly. Assess it first. Check, like, does my hair actually need a trim? Because if you just keep trimming your hair, unless your hair grows faster than the rate at which you trim it, you're really not going to see length. So that's why I'd say don't trim your hair unless it's absolutely necessary. When I trim my hair is when my ends look like, when you have like a thick strand and then it kind of just thins out, I would trim that bit. I don't re-trim, I more dust my ends. When I was transitioning, I used to trim my hair kind of regularly, but not really. Like, I'll trim my hair when I felt like, okay, yeah, these ends are like really dry, and if I leave them on any longer, they're gonna split up and affect the rest of my hair. Yeah, in that situation, I will trim it. But sometimes I was like, no, I'm trying to get back to mid-back, so I'm not going to trim my hair this month. I just want to retain, you know, the amount of hair that I've grown, so I wouldn't trim my hair. But in that situation, I would make sure I take care of it, make sure I protect my ends, make sure, you know, my hair doesn't need to be trimmed until the next month. I don't even want to get into this debate, but I promise you, I used to be obsessed with people with hair that was longer than knee length, and the majority of them, like, when I listen to like their hair care tips, none of them say anything about trimming. They all just talk about taking care of your ends, so that obviously you don't have to trim them. But I don't know, listen, let's just move on because I don't even want to fight about this. So yeah, the second thing is stretching your hair is so important. I know everyone says this, but honestly, do not take it for granted, because like, it's so easy to forget, especially like when you just jump into the shower, you just pour water in your hair, like, oh shit, shrinkage. So I'm trying to say, do not let your hair shrink up. Every time my hair shrinks, it tangles up. Then I have to detangle it again. And every time I detangle my hair, I lose a bit of hair. In order for me to not lose as much hair, I need to minimize the instances in which I detangle my hair, and the best way to do that is by keeping your hair stretched and detangled. Another thing I wish I knew is shampooing is so important. I used to co-wash my hair, and yeah, it did feel soft, yeah, it did feel clean, but once I started shampooing my hair, I really noticed a difference, because your hair needs to be moisturized in order to grow and also to retain length. And if you don't ever shampoo it, then you're just gonna have buildup. Shampoo is the best thing to obviously just cleanse your hair so that it removes all the buildup and you can just start again to re-moisturize it. If it's dirty, your hair can't accept moisture if it's dirty. Why? Because it's covered by the dirt. Like, moisture cannot penetrate through all of that dirt. Or even if it can, not as much as, you know, it would if your hair was clean. So shampoo your hair, man. Shampoo your hair, it's very necessary. Anytime I want my hair to be moisturized, I start off by shampooing it. I rinse, shampoo, and remove all the old layers of dirt and gunk, and then I re-infuse fresh moisture into my hair. Oil. Oil is so important. Now, when I say oil is important, I don't mean super hair growth oil, 24 hours growth oil. I don't know. They may work, they may not work, but it's not necessary for you to use super magic hair growth oil. I will actually do a video on how I make my oil. A nice mix of oils that are both moisturizing and sealing, and you can also add other things in there as well, like ginger, coffee, rosemary, lavender, peppermint. These other herbs, they help to promote hair growth and help to seal in moisture. I've tried so many leave-in conditioners and hair creams, but oil, honestly, it's irreplaceable. Like, anytime I use leave-in conditioner then oil, my hair is so much more moisturized than if I just use leave-in conditioner. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is protective styling. I do buns, twists, and K-rows. I go to the hairdresser maximum of 2 times a year, like literally, and it's just when like this specific hairstyle I'm like, oh, I need to do this hairstyle. But usually afterwards I'm just like, why did I do that? Forgive me, I don't really mean to offend anyone, but I don't particularly believe that braiding your hair at the hairdresser is protective. I don't. The reason I say this is because the person rushes through it. Even if they're not like literally rushing, it's just common sense. They are a hairdresser, it's a profession for them. The more hair they do, the more money they make. So they're never gonna spend more time on your hair than they need to. Like, they're not gonna be as conscientious with your hair as you would be. I can give you an example. This was like the day I decided that honestly, doing my hair in the hairdresser is not protected. It's my same Shampoo story, Sha. But yeah, so basically as the girl was like braiding the ends of my hair, she was just kind of like, and I just kept seeing like balls of my hair falling, like just balls of my hair falling out, like. So I was like, sorry, what's going on? Like, why is my hair falling out? She's like, it's the tangled one. The tangled one? Bitch, you untangle it. You don't pull it out. Are you mad? I nearly lost my mind. But I was just like, you know what? Never again. Never again. Obviously, since then, I've done my hair probably like 3 times, but that was like 4 years ago. So, when they're plaiting your ends, rather than actually like stretching your hair out and like detangling it, they just separate and rip through it. And your ends are so precious. Like, how are you gonna be doing a protective hairstyle and breaking your ends in the process? Sorry. Do you remember to moisturize? Because that's another thing. I find that I have less shedding when I have braids or whatever in. Every 2 days, I literally spritz water and leave-in conditioner and oil on my hair. Yes, it makes your hair get messy so much faster, but you will have so much less shedding. So, I mean, at the end of the day, neat hair or long hair, I will always prioritize long hair, like, or healthy hair, rather. I just feel like nobody will be as gentle or conscientious with your hair as you would. And also, I find my hair retains the most moisture when it's wet, and I put leave-in conditioner, then I put cream, then I put oil, and then I plait it whilst it's still wet. Basically, for me, a protective style is when I do my whole deep conditioning routine, and then I do the LCO method and I seal in all that moisture, whether I'm twisting my hair or K-roing my hair. Yeah, it's usually twist or K-rows. That's what I call a protective hairstyle. Obviously I can do braids myself, and yeah, I feel like that would be protective because I'd make sure that my ends were like fully moisturized. So that's about it. I don't know if it's best, but it's currently working for me. This is what I use. So really and truly, if you have something to recommend, yes, I'm open to recommendations. I have used other products, but these are my go-tos. These are the ones that I always keep in my repertoire. These are the ones that if I see them in the shop, I'm gonna buy more than one. Like if I go to Spa and I went to Spa to buy bread, but I see L'Oreal Dreamlets, I'm picking up two because I never see it. So yeah, if you do try any of these products, please leave me a comment, let me know what you think. That being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Oh, this video was so long. Oh my god.